Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother 25. Today, we have a giant live for you with lots of things happening on the feeds. There will be spoilers. We'll be catching up on everything happening within the house. But first, as Julie Chen says, make sure you smash that like. It helps me so much. Let's set a like goal. See if we can hit a like goal of 500 during this live. Mods, if you don't mind keeping me up to date, that would be much appreciated. Also, if you want to support the channel further than liking and subscribing, you can send a super chat while we're live, a super thanks after the video posts, or check out my YouTube membership, Patreon, Venmo, Cash App, everything. Thank you guys so much. You've been so kind and generous. I appreciate you. I've gotten your Cash Apps, Venmos, PayPals, and I got things off my Amazon wish list. And I want to give a special shout out to Maria, who sent me a wonderful gift. I'm so excited. And also Lulu, who sent me a bunch of things off my Amazon wish list. If you guys are interested in checking that out, it's in the description of this video. Thank you so much for your generosity. And I need to get everything together and do like a little video of all the things I've received from my list as like housewarming gifts and things for Teddy. And I appreciate you guys so very much. We have a lot to talk about today, you guys. And I have a lot of opinions. If this is your first time on my channel, just be prepared. I am very opinionated. And we take a comedic look at all of the mess and all of the stuff going on inside the Big Brother house. But even if you don't have the same opinion as I do, you are welcome to have your opinions in the live chat or the comments section after the video post. And I will try my best to get to some of the comments here while we're live. So grab a beverage if you haven't already. Grab yourself a nice something to drink. I got myself a Diet Coke, okay? Because we're going to be here for a little bit. Let me just upload something really quickly here for my little sound snippets. Okay. I mean, so much has happened, you guys. So much. I haven't talked to you guys since Thursday. So thank you for your patience as I navigate being a new dog mom and life in general. But we're back. We're doing updates. Things are happening. All right. Let's see. Oh, it was successful. So I have notes. There are things I want to talk about with the pressure cooker competition. Okay. I was so tired after watching the feed. So I had my friends over. We're watching the pressure cooker competition. We ordered some food. I had just talked to you guys on a live. And then it was about 11 p.m. Pacific time. And I thought, oh my God, nothing's really happening. No one's really talking. There wasn't much sound going on from the competition. And so it was probably, a little after 11 then. And I was like, well, maybe this isn't going to be as interesting as we thought. Cause it didn't look like the original pressure cooker competition. So my friends actually went back home. And the minute they went back home, then the pressure cooker really started, getting interesting. And we'll see that on tonight's episode. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it is Sunday. So we will see all of that on, well, not all of it. We'll see what they want to show us on tonight's episode. We will see that pressure cooker competition. Thank you, Evelyn, for the first super chat. Love an opinionated new dog mom. Go, Joleen. Thank you, Evelyn. You're such a sweetie. Appreciate that very, very, very much. Okay. Oh, here we go. I roll my eyes because there's so many things we have to talk about that are just not my favorite, but we're going to make it funny. We're going to make it fun, and we're going to have a good old time. Okay. So speaking of the pressure cooker, if you guys didn't know, most people, the news is out. Cameron won the pressure cooker. He won HOH, obviously, not ideal for me. I don't enjoy myself a Cameron too much. And, actually, it came down to him in America, and they made a deal. And I really wish America just would have went for the win, especially since she was such a big fan of BB6 and was one of the few people who actually knew who Kaser was and what the pressure cooker was. And when everyone in the house, when Kaser popped up during the episode and was like, you guys, we're finally getting the pressure cooker back. Everyone's like, what's that? What's the pressure cooker? And America had to explain it and Corey had to explain it. So I really wanted to see a fan of the show, I guess, win, but she decided to make a deal that with Cameron, that he would not put her up. Same for Mimi. Mimi killed it. I think she was the third to last out, if I remember correctly. Matt peed himself, so we definitely had some instances of urination. Everyone was cold. There were snakes. The house guests got to go in, I think, by every third person that was taken out of the game. Then they would get to go inside. Miss Felicia was treating it like she was the audience. She was having snacks. She fell asleep a couple times, woke herself up, had some more snacks. And then Jared and Cirie fell, I should say. I keep thinking it's like a hanging type endurance, but they let their finger off the button. Something happened. Cirie said multiple times she didn't even think she let her hand off the button. Jared, who knows? I don't know what the hell Jared was doing or thinking, but they were both then, sitting, waiting for that next person. And they kind of had, instances of when the lights would turn off in the pressure cooker competition where they would cuddle. It's like a mother-son affectionate time, since no one could see. A little bit of whispers. Then Izzy fell. We had the three of them go inside to join Miss Felicia. And that is when the stuff really went down. All right. And that is when Mr. Jared had a talking to. Cirie gave Jared a talking to because she was talking to Izzy about, how Jared isn't sharing important information with the group, stuff he actually hears from other players. So essentially what happened was Hisam had told Jared that he couldn't trust Cirie and Felicia and them. But at the same time, all of these women, including Jared's mom, were, spinning and spiraling and waffling to possibly save Hisam. And instead of Jared telling his mom, hey, Hisam has your name in his mouth, he just said, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you can trust him, but didn't specifically say why. So Cirie told Izzy, I'm going to have to talk to him and he's not going to like it because he's going to be a big baby. And so they waited for Miss Felicia, I believe, to be called to the DR. And then she had the conversation with Jared. And she said, okay, when people say crazy stuff, Jared, tell me the day of. And Jared, again, didn't tell them that Hisam said to him that he should never trust. So Hisam went up to Jared and said, you should never trust Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia, according to Jared. Cirie said, we need rationale. You can't just say, we need to know why. You can't just say, I think someone might be coming after you. Tell us if you know for a fact that he is coming after us and what he said, let us know. You can't just say, keeping Hisam because I know something you don't know. And Cirie said that the only thing Jared said to them is Hisam is coming after you. But Cirie was like, that could be taken as you just speculating. That could be taken as your opinion. So you have to tell us, Jer Bear. And obviously he didn't. So Jared gets more emotional once Miss Felicia, like I said, was called to the DR out of the conversation. And he was like, but Ma, between us, I can't remember everything everybody says. That's why you got to trust me. You got to trust me, Mom. It's like, bro, after what we've seen on these feeds, and we'll get to that, the trust is gone. The door is closed. The trust is gone. Oh my God. What the hell? What are you doing? What is going on? Everyone who's out there saying Cirie has an easy game. No, she doesn't, because she got put in here with her son who can't control his boner. All right. And she's got Izzy staring at her all the time. Eyes on her. Flute eyes on her. Flute fingers ready to pop off. So Cirie is got to navigate all that while navigating the other people in the house with her mist. And getting people like Red to be like, I like Cirie. I trust her. I'm going to throw my own partner, Cameron, under the bus. I trust Cirie. I trust her 100%. She loves me and she hates him. Cirie is so good that freaking Red loves her and trusts her and provided her with information against his number one ally, Cameron, even though she hates him. Cirie is just like, oh my, I can't with Red. We got to get rid of, I can't with Red. Oh my, I cannot with Red. And Red's like, she is the best person I ever met. She is so nice. She's so nice. I'm going to make all the tiki-takis about her. I don't know why I always rub my beard when I'm Red, but I'll make all the tiki-takis about Miss Cirie. I trust her 100,000,000%. I would lay down my life. I would lay down my life. I don't want your life, Cameron. I want Cirie's life. So that's how good Cirie is. That's how well she is at making people feel good and just creating, opportunities for communication and one-on-ones. Even when she hates you, you like her more than your number one. So Cirie's got this going on. Jared's in his feelings. He's like, but Ma, I can't. I'm Jared. Getting very emotional, just like Cirie knew that he would. Between us, I can't remember everything everybody say. You guys gotta trust me. And Cirie's like, we do trust you, Jared. This is not about trust. You need to calm down. Okay. She said, the Heisem conversation, we would have deaded any plan to save that man had you told us. Specifically, he told you not to trust me, Izzy, and Miss Felicia. I'm your mom. Hello, welcome. It's me. Hi. Forget about your boner. It's me. And he's like, ugh. And then Izzy, oh my God, Izzy is just like, she can't even control it. She is so happy. She is so happy that she is the kid not in trouble. She's like, yeah, tell him, Mom. Tell him. Mom said, no, okay, I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet. Fluting in my head, flute. But she's just like shaking her head, and it's very, very hilarious. And Jared is just like, I don't know what you want me to do, and he did listen to everything his mom had to say. And Cirie, it's like, your mom, how cocky are you, bro? Your mom is a legend, has done games similar to this, obviously Survivor, and then just won Traitors. And yet you somehow think you know more than her. And she is like giving you a lesson. She is teaching you. She's a legend. And you're just like, no, I know what I'm doing. No, you actually don't know what you're doing. You're spreading your seed all over the house, literally. You do not know what you're doing. So she was like, you should have told me. We would have deaded it. It's not that we don't trust you, Jared, she said. You have information that supports why we shouldn't have kept Heisem. And we wouldn't even have done anything had we known the information, had you given it to us. She's like, if you don't give me the supporting facts that he said that, then it doesn't seem like, it seems like it's your opinion, like I said. So Izzy just like, And then he walked off because, he had to get out of the place because he got schooled. He got schooled in front of his sister, Izzy, his adoptive sister, Izzy. Izzy and Cirie were spiraling with suspicion on Bowie. They were just Bowie Jane. Poor Bowie Jane. Poor Bowie Jane. She has done nothing. But she's done nothing in a lot of respects in the game, but she's also done nothing for people to in the house believe that she is some kind of like evil person going behind their backs and stuff. She's just walking around with a parka, going, it's chilly out here, right? This game's intense. It's intense. It's an intense game. I got my hair cut. Cameron, he's taking people if you guys want to. Okay. That's all she's doing. She's talking about DJing. She's got a little ponytail on the top of her head, like a toddler. Other than that, she doesn't close her mouth, she said, because when she does, it makes her look more devious, makes her look maybe like she has a resting bitch face or something. So she's like, all she's got is a lot of teeth and a parka and a little toddler baby pony. And they're just like, fuck Bowie Jane. I am so sick of Bowie Jane. If Bowie Jane comes near me one more time. Oh, here comes Bowie Jane. Hey, Bowie, come on over. And poor Bowie Jane. She's starting to catch on that maybe, she's not a fan fave anymore within the house, mostly because Izzy cannot control herself. She's like, and if you notice when Izzy speaks and when she's in a conversation and they're all on the hammock a couple nights ago, and Izzy is just like, she's got eyes on everyone, but mostly Cirie. And when she wants to see, is Cirie approving? What is Cirie saying? And if Cirie isn't within approval, she then pivots to be like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I know I said, it is red, but I meant blue, and not, the colors, not the people in the house. Yeah, duh, of course. And then she's talking to someone over here, and then Cirie's talking, and she's like, and she's all eyes on Cirie. Okay. She's like Tupac, all eyes on Cirie all the time, 24/7. And Bowie Jane is like, I don't think these people like me. Don't know why. I wake up early, I work out a DJ. Everybody likes a DJ. Yeah? No? You guys know what a barrister is? That girl Joleen on YouTube thought it was a barista. She's not too bright, right? Right? Scheme's intense. It's an intense scheme. Okay. Cirie. Jared probably wants to get that HOH room, huh? So he can have the bed. That's like the worst thing Bowie has done is approach Cirie and say that her son probably wants the HOH so he can have the bed with Blue. But Bowie doesn't know that Cirie is his mom. And Cirie was like, ew, gross, Bowie. You're disgusting. That Bowie, she's awful. Awful, awful, awful. So yeah, a lot went down. And the house guests, even though they lasted, I think they came very close to breaking the record of BB6 of Jennifer, who won the competition that season, and Kaser, who took the deal and then got voted out because Jennifer obviously didn't keep the deal because it's Big Brother and you don't have to keep deals. You can cash checks that are going to bounce. You can bounce checks, especially if you're in that position and you got the numbers on your side. So you can bounce some checks. And that was a check that she bounced, and it was it benefited her. I mean, not very long, because then Janelle was like, bye bye bitches. And Jennifer was sent a packing. All right. So very fun. If you guys want to go back on the feeds, if you have the feeds and you have not watched the pressure cooker and all the conversations that were going on within the house while they were watching the pressure cooker, for those still in the game, I was very impressed that the house guests this season lasted as long as they did. I do wish, America, knowing what happened with Kaser and being a fan of the show, wouldn't have taken the deal and would have just won HOH. We would be in a very different situation, I think. But it is what it is. Cirie's even calling Bowie Max Headroom. I guess he was is he the little character? I didn't Google it, but from the Pepsi commercials, the little cartoon character. All right. And there she's a straight snake. And they got little nicknames for her. I mean, they are just over her. And then Cirie did, that night of pressure cooker, she told Jared right away that Red was mentioning his name. And since Jared is now in a showmance with Blue, Cirie thinks, they're trying to dismantle that, kind of side, like pick it apart. That's what Cirie was thinking at the time. They also talked a lot about how Red is very cocky. That's a lot of conversations in the house, that Red is cocky. Oh my God, that TikTok fame is going to Red's head. Tie-dye Red. And they hope they hoped that he would be out of the pressure cooker soon, but Red lasted a long time. But then his bestie won. Jared had to drink a 6-pack of beer. He only really had 4, because they had some punishments that when in the order in which they were out of the pressure cooker competition, they had punishments and cards they had to pull and things. So it was different than the first pressure cooker, but there were some things that were the same. This was a scary verse. So that beer really had him in his feels. Okay. So Jared's cards, I believe it unleashed the snakes. There was a pit of snakes in the middle. That didn't really do anything for me. And then the 6-pack of beer. And then the third thing that was unleashed was a concert where they all were basically listening to death metal, like, and that was kind of entertaining to watch. Bowie Jane was going crazy, as was little Corey, into a little death metal, if you will. And yeah, so they didn't, after lasting that long, they didn't sleep too much. They were up. Cameron was up. He was ready. He was moving into the HOH room and very much feeling himself. And then we had to listen to, Cameron conversations. Obviously, he put up Jag and Blue on the block when he could make a big move and do something. He didn't. He made kind of a very boring nominations because they trust Cirie and them so much. But dude, that Izzy doesn't like you. It would have been more interesting had he put up Izzy, had anything else but Jag and Blue, but he put up Jag and Blue. They had the POV competition. I think the picks for the POV were, I wrote it down here in my notes. Well, I know that Red was, I believe, a house guest choice. So not that it matters. Red won. Red won the power of veto. So now Cameron, HOH, red power of veto holder. And, right away, Blue was talking, her and Jared are talking about how do we get out of this situation? How do we get red to use the power of veto and maybe put up someone like Bowie? Or did she say Bowie? She said Mimi and maybe Bowie, but she kept mentioning Mimi. And I'm like, if you don't keep Mimi's name out of your mouth, she's actually playing this game, Blue. I don't know. You think you're on Love Island. You're here doing God knows what. She just lays around. Well, we'll talk about what she does. Talking to Jared, humping Jared and pushing his cuticles back. He's like, "Ooh, that feels so good when you push my cuticles back with her fingers." Who thinks it feels good? Like when you get a manicure and someone takes the tool and kind of pushes your cuticles back, it can be painful, but it can be nice. But she was just using her fingers to push the cuticles back. And he's like, "Ooh, that feels so good." I'm like, what in the what? No one's likes that, right? Or am I weird? Is that a thing that's happening? Is that from that book with, I always forget the name of it, where it's like the domination and I want to say the S&D, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Right? Cuticle pushing is not that fun. It's not that fun. Oh my goodness. So, so they're talking about that, and I'm thinking, Mimi, leave Mimi alone, okay? She's actually here to do something and play, and you're just, humping Jared. And horrible. We'll get there. Oh, the veto players, sorry, they were Cameron, Blue, Jag, obviously, Jared, Mimi, and Red. And Red wins. Yes, 50 Shades of Gray. Thank you, you guys. I always forget what that is. But yeah, maybe he might have a cuticle fetish. He has a cuticle fetish and maybe a Clorox bleach wipe fetish. We don't know. But we will get there. So Red had told Cameron last night that he had no intention of using the POV. He's had lots of conversations with Cirie. He'll be keeping it the same. He said he thinks, right now he's really believing that this Legend 25 alliance that they have is just the most important alliance, and that Cirie is all in on it. And she can't even remember how many people are in her alliance. She's like, is that 6, 7? What do we got? Izzy, 5? Who's that? Who's in that one? Izzy's walking around like her personal assistant taking notes. I believe there's 6 in there. No, there's 7 in that one. Yeah, it's 7. And I think Red was talking about possibly getting that tattooed because Cirie said they should. And I mean, obviously, Cirie is not being serious at all. She's just, it's the mist. And Red's like, I will, Cirie. I will do anything. And I will do anything for Cirie. And I will do that. Yes, I will. He was meatloafing her. But yes, anding the meatloaf. It was okay, Red. I mean, Red. Wow, Red. Just looking dumber and dumber as the time goes on. Blue, again, talking about, Bowie, Mimi, or anyone outside of the alliance. Jared has since talked to her like, that's not going to happen. There's a chance Izzy could go up. There's so many factors. Blue obviously does not realize about what's happening. America was very emo about Jag going, but now she's on the feeds going, F Jag, and I said that shit. F Jag, and I said that shit. Because more information is coming out of Jag's campaign and saying information he knows from America about alliances that people might be in that do not necessarily include him, as Corey tries to educate America on the truth behind Jag, and America tries to educate Jag on the truth behind Izzy, because at one point Jag's like, I'm going to pick Izzy to play for me in the veto. That's a good idea. And I'm like, who? Jag's preseason interview was one of the better ones, even though they were all pretty bad. And I'm thinking, did he just walk in the house and forget? Was he reading a script? Because this man is very not very good at not good at the game. He's like so behind. You think Izzy's gonna and risk then possibly someone else in her real alliance going up? Yeah, I'm sure Izzy will play so that she can keep herself safe. But she's not going to do anything for you, sir. Oh, so in their attempt to educate each other more information is coming out, and now America is seeing that, well, I guess Corey was right. Jag, there is lots of things I don't know about Jag, and they enjoy each other as, friendships, and Corey and Jag and America, they have like funny conversations, and they like to make fun of the fact that Cameron calls everyone his daughter. Those are fun when they have those conversations about Cameron, because us at home are also like, it's weird that Cameron is out here referring to people as his daughter. Excuse me. And also weird that Cameron, according to America, who had a little wine last night, she had a little wine, okay? Because Cameron got the Snoop Dogg red wine. And America spent a lot of time on the hammock with Corey last night. And there was some cuddling, and there was some talk, some like boner references, some jokes made. And Corey is like, oh God. But he did cuddle her. And she was talking about, well, I've had a little wine, and I had this Snoop Dogg red. And at first Corey's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do that. Is that in D&D? Something more that he's, Red Dead Redemption. Is that a move there? I don't know. Those are like two references I can make to some kind of gaming thing, you guys. He's like, I like to play Rocket League. And she's like, oh, no. He didn't say that, but he didn't really know what she was talking about with the red wine. But America was alluding to the fact that possibly Cameron, and this is all speculation, could have asked for the red wine because she said she loved that kind of red wine. Now, I would normally be like, nah, he already put his order in. No, there's been some flirting. And Cameron, he wants to raise his future girlfriends, allegedly. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, oh, by the way, big brother, I love that Snoop Dogg red. And that was a way for him to maybe bond with his other daughter, America. Now, I don't think he's called her his daughter, but the joke in the house is how ridiculous it was of him calling Riley the daughter and trying to be this paternal figure when you knew he had a crush on Riley. Super creepy. So America's like, I think he might have got that wine because I said that wine. They are not in a showmance. The showmance that is currently happening, there are two, and we have Corey and America, which they did cuddle. They have been joking a lot. Corey seems to not want to do anything physical on the feeds, nor do I know for sure. I'm sure they have little crushes on each other. And America has admitted to that, and Corey has as well. But I don't know outside of this game what they'd really have in common, or if Corey would, in fact, even give her a little smoochie. I mean, they just graduated to a little cuddle on the hammock from fist bumping. So that is like a home run for Corey. Corey's like, asked her if she was pregnant. They cuddled, and he was like, should we take a pregnancy test? And she said, no, that's not how sex works. And he said, oh, okay. Well, you can teach me. And she's like, I can teach you a lot. No, but I do think that Corey is afraid that cuddling could lead to teen pregnancy because he's damn near a teen. Okay. So yeah. So Cameron and Red are like, like Jim is saying, kind of lame AF. Thank you for the Cash App, Jim. I appreciate it. You're such a sweetie. Thank you. They are really lost in the fact that Red has now even betrayed Cameron at this point and told Cirie some of Cameron's plans, and we need to talk him out of this because Red really wants to stay loyal to this Legend 25 alliance. But right now there's so many damn alliances in the house. I don't even know which one's really real and which one's not. The realest alliance you would think is Jared and Cirie, but Jared, I mean, we better start getting into that. It's me. Carrie said, yeah, she made a joke. America, they were, she had a little wine and they were cuddling on the hammock. And then she lifted the blanket like she was going underneath because they were covered in a blanket cuddling. And she said, I only need 5 minutes. And he was like, my mom's watching. He was very nervous that, and he, again, isn't sure how sex works, allegedly. And he was like, if I can it leave my shorts and go to your baby door? And she was like, I will explain it all to you, young Corey. And no, I will not get pregnant from simply sitting next to you and you having a little bit of a excitement. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about here. It doesn't right now with what's going on. It doesn't look like Red will use the power veto. However, it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. There's so much time and a lot happened last night that if the information is used correctly, could force Red into using the power veto. It could blow up the entire game. I don't think it will, but it could, because I don't think these house guests, being Jag and Blue, are, well, Blue especially, I don't think she's in a position where she is really advocating for herself or her game. She's just there to let or have Jared pull her hair and choke her underneath the blankets in the common area where the games are. Yes, you heard that correctly. Okay. Jared and Blue had lots of cuddle time last night. Lots of time. You know, Jared has completely just stopped playing the game. He's not in the game. Corey used to be an ally to him, was his number one person. No, he's not helping his mom at all. His mom is carrying the whole weight of the family, everything, and the alliance, and doing all the work. And Jared is just hooking up, talking to Blue, cuddling with Blue, while allegedly his girlfriend, Kenzie of 7 years, who is taking care of his dog and doing his social media, allegedly, is able to watch and see him talk about this. They had a lot of sex talk. Jared says he was like, yeah, I was pulling your hair and choking you. And I had to remind, I was like, excuse me, what did that man say? What did that man just say? So there's been hair pulling and choking, which might be worse than the floaty. If there was only 7 seconds of it, maybe I could take it, but it was longer. Okay. And they were doing that, like I said, in the common area where the pool table is, you know, the bumper pool or whatever's up there, and that loft area. And they were saying if anyone walked by, they would just say, oh, you caught us. We kissed, and we just kissed. But really, they're doing sign language, playing paper, rock, scissors under there. You know, they got the fingerlings happening, a la Kyland from BB25. And Blue's like, well, we'll give him another show. And Blue tells Jared to win HOH and we'll talk. And I'm thinking, oh my God, if Blue stays this week and Jared should win HOH and we have to deal with that, I don't know if I can take it. So they're talking about sex in the HOH bed, but they're already doing lots of things on the little seat, the little built-in couch that's right there in front of that bumper pool table. They're bumping and grinding in front of the bumper pool table. All right. Jared and Blue are sleeping together in the scary room later on. We get to that. And when Big Brother, when they're still upstairs on the couch up there, the little built-in seat cushion area, that the general area where everyone sits. Now everyone's going to get pregnant in the house, allegedly. They're talking about how Big Brother's like, you know, fix your microphone, because everyone's sleeping, you know, by this time or in their rooms, except for Corey and America, who I think are outside on the hammock. And they're like, it's crazy that they're listening to us. That's what Jared said to Blue, and telling us to adjust our microphones, and we're talking about this stuff and what we're doing up here. And Blue's like, are you surprised? And Jared's like, no, I'd be a fool to be surprised. No, you're going to be really surprised at all the things we've actually seen. And then they did the cuticles pushing back. And then Bowie walks by and they're underneath the blankets and they start doing more fingerling stuff. God knows what. And Bowie walks by and they come up for air. And Blue's like, oh, can she just stop going to the bathroom? Yes, she can just stop going to the bathroom. She can just totally get a UTI because you can't control yourself, Blue. And you want to be in a friggin' Showmance with Jared, who gave you all the red flags. And you're like, I'll take all the red flags and I'll just hold on to him tight because I'm going to change him. And I think that they think America, not America the player, but America, us, the audience, is enjoying a Showmance. They did speculate. Maybe they hate us. And even the camera was like, they hate you, because they're like, go like this if you want us to keep doing the Showmance. And the camera just stayed still. And they're like, oh my God, they hate us. They're like, no, they probably love it. Oh my gosh. And then Jared admits that he's testing Blue, and they make out some more, and they make really gross makeout sounds. But most importantly, what happened last night around 1:39, 1:49 on the feeds. All right, lots of conversations happening. Jared obviously has been teasing that he's really wanted to tell Blue the secret. He's got the secret. He straight up tells Blue that his mom is in the game and that he's been to like events and all this stuff. I mean, speaking for the other alliance, Co-America, Corey and America, Corey did tell America that his brother is Zach, and she was like, who? And no offense to Zach, but I don't think she watches Survivor, and he didn't last very long in Survivor. But he said he's kind of a big deal, I think, on social media. But I didn't know who Zach was. No shade to him. I just didn't see that season of Survivor. And America's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So he did. So then they were, talking previous players who had family members like Russell Hance's brother, the head butter, who headbutted Chef Joe, Willie, and or other, people that obviously Vanessa Russo's sister, Rachel Riley's sister, we've had some crossover, but he was like, I don't really think it helps me that my brother was on Survivor. It doesn't really translate over to here for me. And Corey actually said he was going to not, he kind of stopped with this idea of applying for Big Brother. And once COVID hit, he was like, maybe I'll never do reality TV, because he stopped watching it, I think he said, when his brother was on it. So, but then and COVID hit, and he's like, they had Winners at War for Survivor, and then they had All Stars for Big Brother. And I was like, whatever. And then he decided to put his hat in for this season and obviously got it. So that's the secret he spilled to Co-America. But Jared, on the other hand, went all in and said, my mom is in the game. And I'm like, this idiot. And here's Jared after. We'll talk more about it. But here is Jared's mom giving him some great advice on the feeds. And then what he's doing after him and Blue leave the area where they've been doing the sexy stuff in the common area where everyone sits and lays, where they've been just getting their juices all over it. He's cleaning it up. And shout out to BB Team North on Twitter for making this little compilation.
Clean that up a little bit.
That's right. That's Jared after they're done getting their juices looses, just juicing it up there. That is when Blue went outside to check on the other showmance, Corey in America. He's taking wet wipes, bleach wipes, something, and wiping down the area so that when people sit there the next day, maybe they won't see the jizz, allegedly. But maybe they won't see the juicies there. But that's what you missed on the feeds. So he says, my mom's in the game, and Blue's like, oh my God, is that it? Is that your secret? Oh my God, I thought it was going to be like something way better. Like you have like 1 million Instagram followers. She didn't say that, but she was like, is that it? Is that the big secret? And he's like, yeah. She's like, well, why would that affect me? Just because your mom's in the game? I get it. She had a lot of Instagram followers. She's got a cute Y2K throwback style, but this kind of recruiting, I mean, it gives what I know Big Brother wants, and they definitely want some showmances. But I feel like you could still have showmances with people who actually know how and want to play the game. And unfortunately, Blue is not one of them. So she's like, I don't even know how that would affect me. And I'm like, you don't know how that would affect you? He's like, well, maybe you would. And then he gives her more of a reason to be sketched out. He should be like, exactly. It doesn't affect you at all. I shouldn't have said it. It's stupid. Let's move on. Forget I ever said it. And now go to your alliance and go tell your mom you're so sorry, Jared, and say, we got to vote this woman out. I screwed up. I can't control myself. Or vote me out. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to self-evict because I don't want my mom's game to be in jeopardy anymore. So I'm going to get out of here. Cirie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cirie. I didn't want this to happen for you. I'm sorry that this is your experience within the Big Brother house, is you have a son that can't control his boner. And that's not your fault. That's not on you. Okay? That's on him and his little girlfriend. So Blue's like, oh my God, not even a big deal. And then Blue doesn't even get the right mom. For some reason, she just goes right to Felicia. And Jared didn't say who his mom was, but he did, insinuate and say that he has been around this reality world. And you would think she would put two and two together and say, oh, it's Cirie then, because Cirie's the only one in the house that we know for sure has been on other competition reality shows. But Blue's like, oh, so Miss Felicia, does she like me? And so then Jared is like, at first he doesn't realize that she's talking about Miss Felicia. So Blue's like, oh, if Miss Felicia is, in her head, she's like, well, how come she only talks about one son? That's weird. Don't you have like 11? He's like, we talk about one. She has 3. Yeah, but she only talks about one. And it's then when Jared's like, oh, you think Felicia is my mom. And then I think he wants to like pull back, probably pull out, if you will. And I don't know if he has any regrets, hashtag no regrets. I don't know if he does at this point. He seems to just being led by his wang. So I don't know. His dong is doing all of the strategic planning in this game now. But Blue thinks it's Felicia. And Blue's like, oh my God, I would never put you two up on the block versus each other. If anything, I would put Felicia versus Cirie, but that's like when we get to the 6. And I bet you in Blue's mind, she thinks, well, you're not going to choose like an old lady over me. You're going to choose me. Because what we've learned about Blue is she's got that little women versus woman competitive nature. And you can tell by her interactions and the way she sells out America so quickly. You could tell that she has that kind of competition over men and things like that. That's how I'm reading it. Feel free to put your opinion out there. But yeah, Blue's just like, well, why would that affect me, my game? I don't know, because you are playing against a duo and you're now in a Showmance with the duo. And in the end, he better pick his mom. But something tells me he might not even pick his mom. Yes. And then thank you so much. Shout out to Immortalgio on the Twitch. So she's like, oh my God, that means Jared is related to Denzel Washington, which obviously makes Blue even more interested. Because she's like, Cameron's theory might have been right. And by that time, I think Jared's like, oh God, I've already pulled her hair and choked her and we've already had sex. And she's like, oh my God, I still am going to rock your world. They are just doing it. They got the hands all over and the juices are flowing. And he has put his mom's game in jeopardy for a Showmance, even though he has a girlfriend at home. And allegedly, Cirie really likes the girlfriend, because even I think Blue said, well, doesn't your mom really like your person that you have at home? Yeah. And Cirie has given warnings when she's warned Jared, like, don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. Don't do anything. Have boundaries. Come on, I believe in you. And she makes reference to this person at home in that situation. But every time now, she's saying, I hear that Cirie conversation of, don't embarrass me, Jared. And he's like, I would never embarrass you, Mom. Cirie, it's going to be so embarrassing.
Clean that up a little bit.
Oh my God. And I don't even know who the first people today will be or are to sit on that area, but I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad. At least, well, not even at least, because people still went on that butterfly pool floaty after Kyle and Alyssa just wrecked it. But at least it was in the have-not. This is a open area where anyone can sit, and they have just been spilling it there, spilling it here, spilling it in the swimsuit area. Thank you, Rick, for the super chat. Pull out, Jared. Pull out. Pull out, Jared. Pull out. So, I mean, so many things can happen now that this information's out. Jared told Blue, you cannot say anything, because that always works. Do not. And she's like, I wouldn't. The minute he pisses her off, she could definitely say, he's like, I'll never talk to you again. She's like, oh my God, no, not Jared. Never talk to me again. He's like, if you fart, if you burp, or if you tell everyone that I told you my mom's in the game, you I'll never talk to you again. Okay, I probably will never talk to you again as is because I'm going to go back to my girlfriend allegedly, but it was so yucky. Thank you, Izzy. My sentiments exactly. It was really, really yucky. So now the question remains, what will happen with this information? Blue seems to be the type who, I don't think she wants to, sorry for this term, rock the boat. She'll rock it in certain ways, but I don't think she's really, her head's in the game at all. She wants to stay so that she can keep up with this showmance, but I don't think she knows that this information, especially if they do choose to get rid of Blue, which Cirie and them have spoken, Matt has advocated for Jag to stay because he can win more competitions and they can go after Red and Cameron. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. And we see how quickly things change in the house and how easily arguments can be made for the target to now become the saved person and the person who they were supposed to not vote out become the target. I mean, this could blow up Cirie's game, but I don't think right now Blue is the type of player who's actually playing and knows just how valuable this information is. And she really doesn't have other close ties in the house. It's not like she's like besties with America and they have some secret thing going on where she could go, oh my God, Jared just told me this, which she tried to make us believe. And so did Jared, that this is just a fling and they're using each other, but they're full on doing it, spreading their seed all over the house. You know, Blue's going to be the next to allegedly get pregnant, like Brooke said. Oh my gosh. So Cirie does not like Blue. Rowan does not like Blue. So since Jared, like the conversation we had early on in the live of Jared not even sharing very important game information, conversations, things that people say, including bringing up his mom as someone not to trust while his mom is actively trying to save that person, being Heisem. I don't know if Jared's going to tell his mom about this. I very much doubt it because Cirie would be very upset. And Cirie is already upset that Jared is, not sharing this information. And also that he's out there showmancing. She's had to have multiple talks with him. But she also realizes like he's a 25-year-old man. What's she going to do? And she has to be very careful. Because if he gets emo and in his feelings, he could do or say something that could blow everything up as well. So it's a very big deal. And we'll see today if America, because if America still thinks it's Felicia or Miss Felicia is Jared's mom, and Jared is letting her kind of think that at this point, because he's like, as time goes on, I'm gonna give you more. She's like, I feel like you're testing me. He's like, I am testing you. Oh my God, bring a barf bag, gross. And she can't even put two and two together. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe Blue kind of goes up to Felicia and is like, hey, I know, and I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it. And she's like, huh? You and Jared, huh? And then Felicia would be like, sorry, this girl is saying some weird stuff to me. What is she doing? Talking to me, like saying she knows about me and Jared or something. And like, she called me mom. She hugged me. She asked if she had my permission to, be with Jared. I mean, what if you just don't know? And then it's horrible for Cirie. This is so bad for Cirie. Jared is such a waste. And so is Blue at this point. Like neither of them have their head in the game at all. We have seen showmances where they were able to navigate being in a showmance and also playing. I mean, like Brent Scholl is a prime example of that. They still were playing. At the time, was their showmance annoying? For sure. Most showmances are annoying, but I can tolerate it a little more if you're actually playing the game. But once the P enters the V, all bets are off. Even your mom isn't safe. Even Cirie isn't safe because the pull is strong. Jared wants to be choking and pulling her hair more than he wants to win this game with his mom, allegedly.
What? Same today.
Well, to talk about
Sorry.
production.
Today.
Well, to talk about
Sorry.
production.
This is when I wish they would let get Rachel, who's good friends with Cirie, get her back in the house, have some kind of twist. Someone unleash whatever that twist was called when they unleash and people come back in the house, and they had Mr. Spectacular, have to train Brittany, or just let Rachel Riley come back in the house and tell Cirie, like, you're in trouble, you're in danger, you got to get rid of Blue, and you got to get rid of your son Jared. All right. And P.S. I'm here and I'm going to play. I'm going to play for both of them, because that would have been way more fun. I wish they just would have cast some of the Big Brother people or some of the Traders people in here and gotten rid of some of these influencer types or Cirie's son, which isn't a fun twist at all.
Ha ha ha! I'm back, bitches! Oh!
Rachel, you got to come save your girl. You got to come help her out. Now, there has been talk that Blue, they're going to target Blue, obviously, and save Jeg. A lot can change. But if, that happens, is Blue going to say something on the way out? Is she going to go, P.S., by the way, Jared's mom is Miss Felicia? That could be funny, because then Miss Felicia will be like, what? I'm not Jared's mom. And that necessarily, obviously, Cirie wouldn't then be the target. But something tells me we have a couple days, and it's only a matter of time now, just like him saying he's playing with his mom in the house, that he corrects her and says, no, Cirie's my mom. Cirie. And Blue's like, does Miss Felicia like me? Does your mom like me? He's like, I don't know. No, none of them like you. None of them like you. All right. Yeah. Attention, wall yeller. But that's a sticky situation too, because if anyone else is out there, they would hear it. But I think someone needs to yell, Cirie, don't trust Jared and Blue. And I worry for Cirie. I worry that since it is her son and she is blinded by that, and she has said, if you're not good, I'm not good, basically would give up her game for him. I worry that she would give up her game for him if this information would come out. So they have to, for Cirie's sake, they got to get rid of Blue. She has to see that this is such a problem, that her son's head is completely out of the game, and people are walking by and seeing them do stuff, and it's just a bad, bad, bad look. Obviously, for everyone else playing the game who's not aligned with Cirie, like a real alliance, not all, because everyone in the house is aligned with Cirie at this point, but, for like the Corys and Americas and all that, this information and Blue and Cameron Red and Cameron would be very helpful for them to go after, especially if they found out that it was in fact Cirie. Yeah, I'm worried about that too, Maureen. Corey's game has went from he's doing pretty good, he's thinking strategically, to a little bit messy in his attempt to kind of help out America in what she needs to know, and then America sharing that information, and then Jag sharing the information that America saved, and then Izzy talking to Corey, like, did you tell America? And he's like, I don't think so. Maybe I did. Did I tell her about alliances? I'm not sure. So anytime, that's why showmances are so dangerous in this game, because any kind of logical mind, it's just like the quote from Buffy, love makes you do the wacky. And as much as you try to fight it, you just become dumber in this game. Once you enter into this kind of coital relationship, you just become dumber. And the game becomes less important, because now you're thinking about, well, I could be with this person outside of the house. I could touch this person's boobies. Or in, Jared and Blue's case, we could get our juices all over the place. I could pull your hair there. I could pull your hair here. I could choke you over there. I can choke you on the stairs. Speaking of 50 Shades, I mean, oh my God. So Corey, now that Izzy knows that, Corey has shared information with America, they're like really sus on Corey. And it also doesn't help that the other night when they were all talking, the ladies, I should say, were talking around the hammock and everyone was huddled up around Queen Cirie, that Izzy shared that Corey had said he would go to the final two with Izzy because he thought that he could beat her. And everyone's like, oh, he did not. He didn't say that. What? Huh? And so I think she took that to heart. I mean, Izzy's a very emotional player. There's a lot of emotional players in this house. And so I think she took that to heart. And then finding out that Corey is sharing information and about alliances, it's not great for Corey. All right, it is not great at all, and there could be talks to put him up as a replacement. As of now, I mean, Red is very influenced by Cirie, so if she wanted something to happen, I think it would happen. I think it would happen, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. I kept thinking, oh my God, it's Monday. Oh my God, they got to get to the POV ceremony. They got to hurry up, because if this information comes out about Jared having his mom in the game and somehow it's outed, which eventually it will be, that it is Cirie, because I think Jared will correct Blue, because he seems excited. He seems like he might use this information to get girls previously, allegedly, maybe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Blue is, I mean, he put it out there like that it would have been, that it was Cirie, basically, without saying, my mom is Cirie Fields, multiple times. And she was like, oh, Felicia, Miss Felicia. Okay, cool. Can we go back under the covers? That was fun. You want to pull my hair and choke me? Oh my goodness. I'll go get the bleach wipes. I'll meet you in the bed. And yeah, Denzel Washington is going to have to be brought in, like you guys are saying, to host the next competition. No, the veto comp already happened. Red won. Evelyn, the veto ceremony is tomorrow, where we find out if it's going to be used and if they will do any kind of backdoor situation, where this would be the perfect time for, I mean, Cameron, I mean, this has just been bad gameplay. Cameron could have made big moves. He could have made money moves. And he was just, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to kind of go with the house. And, you know, we want that everybody to be good. I'm going to put up Blue and Jag. It's like, but were Blue and Jag a threat to your game? I don't think so. But again, they're under the Cirie mist. But you would think, you know, Cameron is well aware, even though Izzy is trying with him, that well aware that Izzy still doesn't really like him. And first chance she gets, you're gone. You're gone, sir. And you're at the bottom of whatever you think you have with that side of the house. But to have all that power, to win such a like iconic HOH as pressure cooker, to last 14 hours or 13, whatever, how many ever, just under the record, and to make such dumb plays, make such dumb nominations. It's so on brand for Cameron. It is so on brand. Helene is saying, do you think Jared was instructed by BB when he disappeared for a day to spill the beans about his mom? I don't know. I mean, this is Big Brother. Production is heavily involved. We know that. And it doesn't have to go by the same rules as other game shows with being fair, obviously, because it's not technically listed under the game show rules. And we learned that many seasons ago. So would Jared do that? I mean, I didn't think when he first entered the house and we first were introduced to him that he would be so irresponsible with not only his own game, but his mom's game, knowing his mom's coming from this beloved place of, you know, CBS, Paramount reality television shows, and then, you know, Peacock with Traders. And then he can't control his cock. It's Helene, I don't know. Yeah, worst HOH. If he keeps the noms the same, I mean, goodbye, Cameron. This is what I said. Why I wished they would have, even though, you know, Heisem is, you don't know what he's going to do. It would have been so much more interesting, because you don't know what he was going to do. You didn't know if he was going to keep going down the Julie Chen Moonves love everyone route, or if he was going to get his revenge on the other side. But I guarantee his noms wouldn't be this lame. So, and I wish that he could have stayed and Cameron could have went, because Cameron is très boring. He's very boring. Very boring. Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, just me, Madison. He spilled the secret. He was dying to give this information out. He couldn't wait. He was giddy. He was like, I got a secret. And Blue's like, me too. I got a secret too. And then she told him that she's really a strategist or whatever she said she does, which Jared went and told his mom anyways. So, but if I was Cirie, I'm surprised that Cirie, I know she's looking at Blue and I know there's conversations, but I'm surprised Cirie isn't hell bent on and we don't know, she could be if there was cam talk that she was able to do, but she can never really do cam talk because Izzy's always like, what's up, moms? What's up? What's up? What's up, moms? What you doing? What you doing? You hungry? You want something? You want my orange sweatshirt? You want my beanie? You want a backwards hat? You want a couple armpit hairs? What do you want? What do you want, moms? So she's never really able to. But if I was Cirie and I had my son in the game and I saw that he was wholly distracted with someone in a showmance, especially that we're not necessarily aligned with. I mean, they are because they do have, alliances. They do have that alliance with Jag and Blue that they don't really give too much care about because they're in so many with everybody. I would make sure that whoever my child was in a showmance with went home, not only for my game, but also for my sanity, to know that my kid is boning and getting his juices everywhere in the house on television while he has a girlfriend at home who allegedly Cirie likes, like I said. So, oh my goodness, you guys, right? He's much more entertaining than Cam. Cam is so boring and he thinks he knows everything and no one can tell him nothing. Cameron, been there, done that, and the house picks up on it. They know. He's always got a story. He's always done it. He knows it. He can never receive game information because he already knew, because his ego will not let him. Just as the HOH, he has this opportunity to compile information, to really have people spill. And instead he's spilling and being so basic and boring and not making any big game moves because his ego won't let him be like, no, I knew about that. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. No, yeah, no, yeah, uh-huh. No, I know what I'm doing. I don't need any help. I don't need any information. Nope, got this down. Okay, me and Red to the end. Red till I'm dead. And Red is literally killing you because he is more aligned with Cirie, even though it's pretty clear that Cirie has many other people that she would put before Red. You think Red would see that, but Red, his ego too is just like, no. Cirie loves me. She's good. She's so honest. Cirie can't lie. I know that woman. She can't lie. I'm like, Red, can you please? Another influencer that was recruited. Red and Blue. Horrible. Great colors. Horrible players. Horrible players. Horrible players. I mean, I don't know. I've said it before. The thing that would just ruin my lady boner is knowing my mom or dad is in the house and that the cameras are there. But these people are young. They're in their 20s. Their brain, I think your brain fully develops at what, 23, 25? So it just happened for both of them, allegedly. And they're just being led by their genitalia to each other. But why don't you go under the covers to describe the things you're doing under the covers? You're doing the stuff under the covers. Why are you saying it on the cover? Now we know that you're doing it, that you're doing the fingerings, your paper rock scissorsing, as you guys say, under the covers. You're wiping down the couch up there because you got the jism on it. And you're talking about choking and pulling hair and stuff. But we can hear you. And at least if it was under the cover, yeah, Red should know better. Red old, but Red's married to a 21-year-old, or a girlfriend is a 21-year-old, allegedly. Allie Mae, she just had her 21st birthday. I met her on the Tiki-Taki. Yeah, allegedly he met her maybe when she was 2019. She was a fan on the TikTok, and he had went through a divorce, according to him. And his hair was falling out. He was so stressed. And then he met Allie Mae, his teenage dream, and she brought him back to life. And now his hair is thicker and fuller than he could ever imagine. Yes, there are only babies on TikTok. So, I'm on TikTok too, but I'm not trying to date babies on TikTok. It would have been great had they maybe put a couple more people with Cirie. But again, this will be interesting. See what happens. It'll be interesting. Also, there is a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of people online who are upset with Matt. So Matt seems to have a big dislike for America. First, he had some kind of, these people, I mean, what in the Gina Marie BB15 are you doing? Remember the cereal box and the hat and all that when that guy left and he was not into you? And then Riley left and Matt made a Q-tip shrine to her. And I think America knocked it down because you're wasting valuable counter space. You know, as women, we got to have all the products. And what am I doing here with this Q-tip? The lady didn't even say she liked you, Matt. You said you liked her. And she was like, oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks. So she knocked it over. And then he called her a bitch or said it was a bitch thing or she's a bitch or something. But when he did it that time, it seemed like he could have been kind of kidding, I guess. So people were a little softer and were like, he's clearly kidding. But then when he was talking to Jag and they were talking about America, he was like, called her a bitch again. Oh, Matt. I mean, that's one of my biggest pet peeves on the show is when the men go off and call the women bitches. Can you say something else? Can you say anything else? You know, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing at this point. You know, the same thing we had with Derek Frazier, you know, and he was just thinking he could just out there call Tiffany a bitch. And he was trying to make it like, it was fun, like, bitch. No, it was, you're a bitch. She's a bitch. Yeah, 2 is a little sus, right? We gave him the benefit of the doubt on 1, but it's entering Derek Frazier status at this point. Now, Matt. So something tells me that's not going to stop. It'll be interesting if he says it to someone. I don't know if he'd say it to someone like Corey. I'm pretty sure Corey would correct him. I hope he would. I wish the other men in the house would correct him to be like, let's not call her a bitch. Like she might have done something you didn't like, but you're not gonna be calling people bitches in here. You're gonna be disrespecting her. Rowan says Matt hates women who aren't fawning over him. LMAO, except for Riley. If he talks about her, one more. I know, Matt. She didn't even tell you she liked you like that. She's gone. She's meeting people and doing things. You know, this is ridiculous at this point. I mean, come on, Matt. Yeah, something's going on. No, Matt. I mean, yeah, they did this cast of women, I think, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Cast of men, unimpressed. Red, Cameron, with the paternalistic, I'll save your game. I got you. Do you want me to? Don't make me hit you. And now we got Matt with the bitches, Jared with the, females, and the women are emotional while he's, freaking out over a lost earring, wanting body counts and basically, just a regular old slut shamer. And then who else do we got? Corey, so far, fingers crossed. I don't know. He's young. Who the hell else do we have in this damn house? Bowie's not a guy. Jag, I mean, just not great with the game. So, yeah, I mean, I think you've avenged Riley, Matt. We get it. We got it. Good. We're good, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Luke. Oh, God, I forgot about him. Oh, my God. They really some stinker men that they cast. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, what in the Andrew Tate? You guys, get out of here. The pickup artist mentality of some of these men. Stop. Oh. Yeah, Matt is mentioning Riley all the time, and then editing is just having Izzy commenting on Matt, which she only did like a couple times in like a jokey joke. Ooh, Matt, like, and they're making it like Izzy's obsessed with him. No, Izzy's obsessed with Cirie. Izzy wants to wear Cirie skin. Izzy wants to leave Paige for Cirie, allegedly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forget Luke existed. Rowan, I'm with you. Yeah, and Heisam just mad at everybody. Heisam. Oh goodness. So that's what's going on, you guys. There are your spoilers, live feed updates, everything happening on the feeds. Today's going to be a long day. I'll come back tomorrow and update you maybe later today if more things develop within the Blue and Jared, and Blue knowing that now his mom is in the game, or if talks have been going back and forth of what's going to happen, who should be the target. Obviously, you know, Red and Cameron had said they don't want to use the veto, but a lot can change. A lot can change. And then, yeah, you still have the voting. If you guys haven't voted yet for the twisty power thing, where I didn't quite understand it and I didn't look into it, I'll be honest with you, because a lot of these just turn out to be duds. But you're going to vote someone and then they'll be safe, or they can take themselves or someone else off the block, or they can use it. Are you okay, buddy? They can use it to, if they're evicted, go, just kidding, I'm not evicted. I couldn't really understand what was going on. Okay. Soon we'll see when he just started RN school and working. So he's just kind of crazy busy, but we will get him on a casual corner with my husband, hype man husband Chell, very, very soon. It seemed like, from what I heard, Matt was getting a lot of votes. But if you are a Corey fan, Corey probably needs your vote, or America. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, you guys are so welcome. Again, thank you so much to all of you who liked this video. Don't forget to like on the way out. Leave your comments after the video post. Thank you for participating in the live chat. Shout out to all those who sent me Venmo, Cash Apps, PayPal, joined my YouTube membership, or our Patreon supporters. I appreciate you all so much. And again, thank you to all of you who checked out my Amazon wish list in the description of this video and have sent me gifts. I appreciate you. That is so sweet of you. And I get so excited. And I've gotten such great gifts, and you'll probably be seeing some of them back here. And then I'll try to put together either something to post on the community tab or a little vlog of everything I have received. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. You know, go get your bleach wipes one more time.
Clean that up a little bit.
Go clean up your spot, you guys, or your spots. And always remember, we got to get a Rennie in here. Before I say my last thing, we got to get a Rennie. Well, first we need a Maddie. Shout out to Maddie and Janet Madrose.
Cool. A misogynist. We never have those on Big Brother.
We never have those on Big Brother, right, Maddie? That is my favorite Maddie quote of all time. And then obviously, you know, sticking fingers in Blue's vagina. It's inappropriate. You better not. You better not. You better not. Rennie has to tell us. All right, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Leave a comment after the video post. Follow me on the social media everywhere at Joleen Lunzer. And enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.